Hey, this is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching Exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Beane TV. Keep it there. Woo! See ya!
Yo, hey, what's up, you guys? Johnny Beane here. This is Exclusively Van Halen, the Van Halen show on YouTube, X, Twitch, everywhere there is, Spotify. Happy holidays, you guys. Merry Christmas. It is December 25th, 2025, and this is just a quick update show for you guys. Something very, very cool dropped today. Amazing backstage recordings. You'll dig this. If you did not see this, let's get right into this. I don't have anything to really show you guys, but I'm going to give you guys a link. I'm going to read this to you. Read the description of this show down there as well. But you guys, Van Halen early 1983 Soundcheck Jam Soundboard dropped today over on the Music Media Archives YouTube channel. And this is pretty amazing stuff, you guys. Now, we've talked about this channel before. It seems like they've gotten a hold of some soundboard recordings from the Diver Down era. They've released a bunch of the stuff on their channel. And, well, let me just read to you guys their description of this, okay? And by the way, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Lewis, hey, dude. Good to see you. So I'm going to give you guys the link. And if you would, jump over there and tell them that I sent you in the comments. Say, hey, Johnny Beane sent us. Early 1983 Soundcheck Jam. This thing is like it's over an hour long. Let me go ahead and read the description to you guys. This is incredible stuff. Amazing. Amazing. Whew. I just got done listening to it. I'm still in shock. Early 1983 Soundcheck Jam. Okay, this is the description on their channel. Okay, which I mean I guess I can share that to you guys. You guys can read along if we can do that. Let's try. I'm going to multitask. I mean, that's what we do here. But hey, let's say hello to the top tier of channel members here on YouTube. Channel membership. It's a great way to support the channel and support these shows. Top tier are the executive producers. They get their names read at the top of every talk show. They're currently Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB, NJ Cat, Flipper Carlid, CC, Bay Area Rich, Sherman Callahan, Nova 9 Music, Mini Guitar Society, R. Habs, and of course Janice Lala, the intern. Thank you guys so much for being top tier channel members here on YouTube. As I type the word YouTube into my search, I want to share on the screen what I'm about to read to you guys. And as you guys know, when you do a live show, it's almost impossible to do anything. Let's see. This is Music Media Archives. By the way, this is a podcast. Oh man, this is where I could really use an intern. Could really use an intern for this stuff. Okay, there's us. Okay, I see us here. Okay, I want to go to here, and then I want to go to here. Here we go. So I'm going to read to you guys this description. Actually, I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. So obviously, I'm not going to play any audio on here because of, copyright. But I am going to read to you guys the description of this video. And I've given you guys the link. There it is. Right there. If you want to start listening to it, jump over there, open up another browser, listen to this. This is amazing, amazing stuff. There's the link. It's so cool. As a fan, it's just unbelievable. I mean, it would have been amazing to hear this back in the day. Totally amazing. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the description here. I'm going to read it. Well, we're going to read it together. Okay? Here it is. I'm going to show as much of it as I can on the screen, but I'll be reading it as well. There we go. Can you guys see that? Sort of, not really. That's a lot of words. Okay. All right, let's all read this together as we listen. Okay, here is something very unusual, perfect for a surprise Christmas release. And again, this isn't officially released by Van Halen, but this is released by a channel, Music Media Archives on YouTube, that has gotten a hold of Van Halen's, what it seems to be Van Halen's old sound person from the 80s, at least from this era. They've been releasing all these super cool soundboard recordings. This one in particular is way, 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 way cool. Van Halen collectors are going crazy right now listening to this. So I'm going to read this to you guys. Here is something very unusual, perfect for a surprise Christmas release. This is an uncirculated soundboard recording of Van Halen during a Soundcheck, which took place prior to a concert in South America during early 1983. This is another tape from sound engineer Roy's collection, though it had sadly been left unlabeled. The tape is paused at multiple points throughout. However, various clues throughout both sides indicate that this tape was all recorded somewhere in South America. There are so many details packed into this recording that it really requires listening to. It is in its entirety several times to really absorb. You got to listen to this a bunch of times to really understand what's going on. That's what this is saying. But if you're a hardcore Van Halen, nerd like me, this is freaking Christmas right here, hearing this stuff. And it is Christmas, so this is pretty amazing. Mad Hatter, what's up, man? Thank you guys for tuning in. By the way, smash that subscribe, smash that thumbs up. If you guys like Van Halen, this is the place you want to be, right here. There are so many details packed in this recording that it really requires listening to in its entirety several times to really absorb everything that's being played and spoken. Due to this, it's impossible to be fully comprehensive with these notes. Okay, again, this is written up by Music Media Archives YouTube channel. So I focused on mentioning all of what's most notable. Dave is largely absent throughout and only shows up on random occasions to talk. This is cool too, because you can hear the band talking to each other during this sound check. And here's something that was really weird to me. Okay, this is about an hour and 18 minutes, this recording, okay? So I came in here, I had the tape rolling earlier this morning, I was listening to it, I put the headphones on, and all of a sudden I hear Edward Van Halen say, Johnny. So apparently they had somebody working for them named Johnny, and Edward kept talking to him. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty wild, man. Dave is largely absent throughout and only shows up on a random occasion to talk, only actually singing at the very end of the tape. Most of what you'll hear is Eddie, Alex, and Michael playing their instruments. Among the many sections of the tape, there are a few pieces of music that are identifiable. The first is the song Wild Thing from the Trogs, though it is still jam-like and wouldn't call it fully fleshed out instrumental cover. Next is the bluesy Since I've Been Loving You from Led Zeppelin, which is followed by an extremely brief segment that starts off with what seems like a funky song that turns into Eddie doing a bit of Another One Bites the Dust from Queen, which is out of difficulty figuring out how to label it. I've just called it Funky Queen. Okay. During the Blues Jam section, Dave pops in on harmonica and says a line of Heartbreak Hotel from Elvis. Then Eddie follows up with the next part of the melody on guitar. A bit later, Mike starts playing the bass line to Inagata de Vida from Iron Butterfly. But before anyone could have potentially joined in with him, you'll hear someone from the crew say, "Hey guys, 1 second. Eddie needs a tune-up." Though later, we do get a fleshed out, mostly instrumental cover of Crossroads from Cream, following a light bit of vocals from Mike. That's cool. Some of the most notable parts of this recording is hearing complete instrumental performances of Sinner's Swing and Hear About Later. And you actually hear Eddie say that he can't remember how to play the song. You hear him say that. That was pretty cool. He's like, I can't remember it. So you hear them trying to play Sinner's Swing. And this is only a couple years after that song was put out. So you can definitely see how they toured so much and they just played, the same set over and over and over. And so even to play a song from just a couple years ago that wasn't really played that much, you could tell Eddie forgot how to play the song. And that's something Edward would always say in interviews, that he was always writing new stuff and he never went back and listened to the older stuff. Let's see, where are we? So you hear complete instrumental performances of Sinner's Swing and Hear About It Later. The only missing element is the vocals. Some could almost be said about Take Your Whiskey Home, though. After playing for a while, Eddie stops and says, I don't remember it. Yep, that's the part that I was talking about. We also get an embryonic version of Panama, showing us just how developed the song was as of early 1983. Now that is cool. That is awesome. Later on in the recording, you hear is about 10 minutes of where Eddie is completely alone. And we have heard some stuff like this or of this years ago. So some of this we've heard. I can't say right now if it's from this. I don't think it is. I think this is all completely new uncirculated stuff right here. Let me know in the comments below on this video what you guys think when you guys are listening to this. Feel free, you guys. Actually, when you're listening to this recording, like there's nothing to watch, there's no video, it's just audio. So feel free to come back here and drop comments here on this video when you're listening to this about what you think about this stuff. What you think about the ideas. Because during this, you hear a lot of Eddie Van Halen guitar ideas that were never made into songs. You hear a lot of that stuff. 1983 era, which is, I've always said, one of my favorite eras of Edward's guitar playing and guitar tone. 82, 83, 84. You even hear him play Beat It on this. He jams through the riff by himself a bunch of times. And I did see in the comments on this video, someone was saying, oh, that's not really him. That's somebody in their bedroom. No, this is him. This isn't some guy in a tribute band trying to sound like Eddie Van Halen. This is Eddie Van Halen. And this is stuff that you have not heard until today. Thank you to Music Media Archives. Applause. This is him. And this is amazing, amazing stuff. Let me tell you. Let's see. So, okay, we heard that. Later on in the recording is about 10 minutes where Ed is completely alone, essentially just noodling and making whatever sounds he possibly can with his guitar. And let me just say, this also reminds me a lot of like the Wildlife stuff that he did. Same era, same guitar tones. So if you guys dig the Wildlife, if you dig Eddie Van Halen ideas that you never heard, this is it right here. This is the stuff. It's so cool. It's so cool, you guys. So later on in the recording, there's about 10 minutes where Ed is completely alone, essentially just noodling and making whatever sounds he possibly can with his guitar. He also plays along with a bunch of like echo and delay and stuff, which is pretty cool. You hear a lot of him messing around with echo and delay. Hey, Alan Garber, dude. You know what I'm saying. This is fucking Christmas hearing this stuff, isn't it, Alan? This is amazing, amazing. Alan, drop some comments on this video what you think of this stuff. Where are we? Okay. At one point, you hear him playing a bit of the theme song from the Munsters. Then several minutes later, he plays a bit of the main riff of Michael Jackson's "Beat It," which is fairly interesting because rather than it's specifically the "Beat It" guitar solo that Eddie is known for having written and recorded, you hear him playing the main riff to "Beat It" a lot of times on this, which you didn't hear him play on the record. He didn't play it on the album. He just played the guitar solo on the album. But you hear him playing like the main riff. He plays it a couple different ways. It's pretty cool. Although he did play "Beat It" live with the Jacksons in 1984, which would have been after this. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Closer to the end of the tape, there is an interlude where Dave shows up again, just talking, and makes a comment about what is assumably referring to Eddie's wife showing up. The woman who needs no introduction, direct from Hollywood after 3 months of no work. And if you believe that, then I have a bridge for you. He soon follows with, "We need a tubular insert up here immediately." Then under his breath says, to my best guess, what sounds like, "Time for a high colonic anal pork flow." Oh my gosh. In other words, it sounds like a bathroom reference. Well, it's pretty funny whatever he meant there. Yeah, this is pretty behind the scenes stuff, hearing this. The only songs that actually feature Dave singing is a full cover of "You Can't Do That" from the Beatles, followed by a partial attempt at "Little Dreamer" before Dave stops and says, "I've been making up the words for the last 5 minutes anyway." Prior to singing these two, there's a segment of Dave making a bunch of high and low words, which I assume was his way of warming up. Yeah, it sounds like he's like making references to the movie Tron as well or something. It's pretty wild. Well, it's pretty funny whatever he meant there. Okay. Here, let me scroll down a little bit. There. The only songs that actually feature Dave singing. Okay, we read that. Prior to singing these two, there's a segment of Dave making a bunch of high and low noises, which the writer of this, which is Music Media Archive's YouTube channel, says he assumes that's the way of Dave warming up. Roy seemed to play along with this and use some effects on Dave's voice. The tape ends soon after Dave saying, "Roy, we're done," followed by an okay from Roy. So again, Roy was their sound person. And this YouTube channel has gotten a hold of a whole bunch of their soundboard recordings, I guess from Roy's collection. Where are we? Is this the right way? Yeah, there we go. So there's the track listing. You got Jam 1, and again, this is written up by the YouTube channel. So you got Jam 1, Jam 2, Wild Thing, Jam 3, Funky. You got an early version of Panama. You got Since I've Been Loving You, and then a funky version of a Queen song. You got a blues jam, Heartbreak Hotel. I mean, that's something they pretty much played a lot during this era. You got Jam. Is that Jam 4 or 5? How do you read that? Inagata Davida. You got Take Your Whiskey Home, Sinner's Swing. And again, this is all instrumental. You got Sinner's Swing. Hear about it later. Jam, I guess that's Jam 5. Romeo Delight. You got Crossroads, Jam 6. And then this is where they had to flip the tape over. You got Guitar Noodling. The Munsters theme, Beat It. You have an interlude. Jam 7. You got Girl Gone Bad. You got Alex playing the drums. You got Running with the Devil, vocal warm-up. You Can't Do That by the Beatles. And then you got a pretty rough version of Little Dreamer. And then this is the tape that it was. It was from a Maxwell UDXL tape. And then they used Creative Sound Blaster. So there you go. Yeah. Wild stuff, you guys. All right, yeah. So yeah, give them a subscribe. Music Media Archives. And again, tell them that I sent you over. This is amazing. There's the link again. So again, drop a comment. Listen to that. There's nothing to watch. It's not video. It's just audio. Drop a comment saying Johnny Beane sent us over. Johnny Beane talked about this. Amazing. Amazing stuff. And I'm going to listen to it again. Actually, I have to drive out of town. I have like a 2-hour drive ahead of me. So I'm going to listen to this again. And I got to take that call. All right. I'm just going to. All right. I got to go. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much, Alan Garber. Dude, this is amazing stuff, huh? Van Halen lyrics. Yes. Backstage recordings. You have a new sound bit from Eddie. Dude, it was weird. Like I said, I left the room. I was listening to this earlier today. I left the room. I come back in. I put my headphones on, and I hear Eddie Van Halen say, "Johnny." And I'm like, whoa. Yeah, so I guess they had someone working for them named Johnny, and Eddie was talking to him through the microphone saying, hey, I guess adjusting the guitar. Maybe it was his techs. Maybe it was his guitar tech at the time. Because he kept saying, add some more presence. You know, the amplifier. You know, the sounds. Very cool. Hey, Janice on Twitch. Mad Hatter. Everybody. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. Thank you, channel members. Thank you for your continued support for this channel and these shows, you guys. And happy holidays. Merry Christmas. All that stuff. And don't forget, join my Van Halen Facebook group. Exclusively Van Halen. We're almost at 70,000 members over there. Exclusively Van Halen on Facebook. Join the group. There's the link in the chat. We're growing every day over there. It's pretty cool. So join the group. There it is right there. Facebook.com/groups/EVH fan page. Check it out. All right. Whew. Oh, dude. This is amazing. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Right here on, what channel is this?
You're watching Johnny. You're watching this motherfucker on wherever you're watching it. Just watch him. He's a legend.
Thank you so much.
And I'll give you mine, so come back around this way.
Okay,
Let's go.
all right. Mike. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm Johnny Beane. I met you last year. I talked to you on Google Plus.
Oh, I remember you. Yeah.
Look like,
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. He was on a Google Plus Hangout.
I'm Johnny Beane.
Hey folks, Niels Lozauer here. Check out my good friend Johnny Beane TV.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, what's up? I'm Michael Sauer from Steel Panther. Listen to Johnny Beane TV, right? Or am I wrong?
I'm Rick Beata. You're watching Johnny Beane TV.
Thank you so much. You guys, thank you for watching. Click on another video here. Drop your comments below. What do you guys think of this recording? This is actually one of the coolest things. This is one of the coolest things I've heard. So go check it out. Tell them I sent you. And I'll see you guys on the next show. All right. Johnny Beane TV. Bye-bye.